Hello and welcome to Enlighten Infosystems YouTube channel. We are back with ERPSystem, Part 2. In the previous video, we discussed master data. Now, let's dive into the various options available on the dashboard. Let's get started. Our first option is PO to supplier. As you can see, the user can select the supplier from the list, add their product or service, and enter the relevant details as shown. Next, the user will fill in the purchase order amount and shipping details before generating the purchase order, as demonstrated here. Once confirmed, the user will receive the purchase order receipt. Moving on to the next option, we have the purchase order list. Here, the user can check the status of the supplier's order, whether it's pending or completed. The user can also take actions such as printing the supplier's details or editing them as shown. Next, we have the Goods Receipt Note, GRN. In this option, the user selects the supplier, retrieves the purchase order number, and fills in the GRN details for that specific supplier. Upon clicking Generate GRN, the system will automatically generate the GRN receipt. Now, let's take a look at the GRN list. Here, you can view the supplier details along with the GRN. You also have the option to print the GRN or edit the list, as shown. Next is Material Issue. In this section, you can select the employee and input the product or service details before confirming the material issue. Next is the Material Issue List. Now, you can view the Material Issue List, where you will find details that can be viewed or edited, as you can see me performing the same. Moving on to Quotations. Here, you can select the customer, enter the product or service details, add the quotation amount, and generate the quotation. You will receive the quotation receipt, as seen here. Next is the quotation list, where you can view entry details, print them, or edit them as necessary. Now let's talk about internal orders. In this option, you can select the customer along with their quotation and other specific details, and generate the internal order. You will receive the receipt for the internal order as shown. Moving on to Invoice by Quotation. Here, you will select the customer, enter the internal order number, and upon clicking View, you can input the necessary details and generate the invoice receipt. For Direct Invoice, you will simply enter the required details and generate the invoice, followed by receiving the receipt as demonstrated. Finally, let's look at the invoice list, where you can view entry details, print them, or edit them based on your requirements. And then you can generate the receipt as shown. That concludes today's video. We will cover the remaining options in Part 3, so stay connected with us.